Look at the second day of graphing. So as a review from yesterday, we talked about how to graph this, and we talked about finding our vertex. And our x-coordinate is the opposite of our b value over 2a. So we have the opposite of b, so 4 over 2 times 1. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. We plug that in to find our y value, so 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 7. So we end up with y equals 4 minus 8 negative 4 plus 7 is 3. So our vertex is the coordinate 2, 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now we need a couple more points to graph. So, well, we know it's a happy parabola, x squared, so it's not going to have any intercepts. So we can find x-intercepts, but we can find our y-intercepts. That 0, comma, y value. So we plug in x equals 0. 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 7. So our coordinate is 0, 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we know our parabola has an axis of symmetry here, so since this one is 2 away, another coordinate would be over here. And we have our parabola. Now, given the following points on a quadratic, write the quadratic in standard form. So we know this one crosses at negative 2, 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. Now, we have all these different forms from yesterday. Well, this one would work to put in intercept form. I can't remember what letters we used yesterday. X minus, I think it was P and Q. So we have y equals, we have our a value. X, since here are our intercepts, so since it is negative 2, we'd have plus 2. And since it's positive 4, it's minus 4. Now we have to figure out this a value. So they gave us this other coordinate to help us out. We don't know what a is, but we know when y is negative 16, x is 0. So 0 plus 2 times 0 minus 4. So we end up with negative 16 equals, let's see, this is 2 times negative 4, negative 8a. So we end up with a equaling 2. And now it's just a matter of filling in our blanks. We have 2x plus 2, x minus 4, and we have to multiply it out. So we have 2x plus 4 times x minus 4. So now we have 2x squared minus 8x plus 4x minus 16. So our final answer is y equals 2x squared minus 4x minus 16. And the graph paper's here just to help us out. We don't have to graph that one. So the next one we're going to look at, it cuts the x-axis at 2 and negative 1/2. So this is another one. We're given our intercepts. So let's write down that intercept form. Oh, that was P. So if it cuts it at 2, we know it's going to be x minus 2, and negative 1/2, x plus 1/2. And now we have this other coordinate. So our y value is negative 14. Our x value is 3 minus 2, 3 plus 1/2. So let's see, this is 1 times 3.5. So negative 14 equals 3.5a. Divide by 3.5. So we end up with a equaling negative 4. And now we can plug it back into our template. Y equals negative 4, x minus 2, x plus 1/2. And we have to distribute. So we have negative 4x plus 8, x plus 1/2, and multiply it out. So we have negative 4x squared, negative 4x times half, so negative 2x, plus 8x, plus 4. And now we combine like terms. We have negative 4x squared plus 6x plus 4. The next one we're going to take a look at, we have a vertex and another point. So vertex form, a x minus h squared plus k. All right, so let's plug in what we know. Y equals a x minus 6 squared plus 3. We have our vertex. And now we have this other coordinate, so we can find our a value. Negative 15 equals a 0 minus 6 squared plus 3. Well, let's see. This is negative 6 squared. So 36. So we have 36a plus 3 equals negative 15. Subtract 3. Divide by 36. So a is 1/2. So we can fill in the blanks again, our a value, so y equals 1/2 x minus 6 squared plus 3. And now if we were asked to put this one in standard form, we have 1/2 x minus 6 times x minus 6 plus 3. So I don't have to deal with this half x. I might multiply these together first. So half x squared minus 6x minus 6x plus 36 plus 3. So we have half of x squared minus 12x plus 36 plus 3. So half of that. Oh, and this is negative 1/2 too. My bad, I forgot that negative. Distribute that, negative 1/2 x squared plus 6x minus 18 plus 3. Combine our numbers, negative 1/2 x squared plus 6x minus 15. Now the last one we're going to take a look at, we're going to go over those compositions again. So we have to find f of g of x. So we read it like a book. So f of x, x squared plus 4. Circle our x, and we're going to replace it with x minus 5 squared plus 4. So here's our f of g of x, and it asks us to find the vertex. Well, it's in vertex form, so it's 5, 4.